Hello there. So out of nowhere, Apple Manager decided to drop a patch. The patch is actually going to be available tomorrow. These are just the patch notes that have been released today, but they dropped it out of nowhere, and we are kind of getting a little bit of a database editor added to the game in the sense that we can now customize our seasons. And in this video, I'm going to go over the patch notes and kind of what we can expect. I'll be taking a look at it tomorrow a little bit more deeply. But in this video, we are just going to go over the patch notes. As I mentioned, it's going to be available tomorrow. So the patch isn't actually live yet. The Frontiers just released the patch notes a day early like they usually do. Welcome Team Principals. It's lights out time again. As the new season approaches, we're rolling out the latest update for F1 Manager from the garage. Our biggest update yet, packed with some big features we know you'll love to try out. Update 1.11 will be available on all platforms on Tuesday 25th. You can find a full list of bug fixes, changes, and additions in the 1.11 changelog. The Apple Manager's latest feature update brings a series first on Tuesday 25th, introducing the ability to customize seasons in Create Team mode. This new feature enables you to extend some of the customization options of Create Team to the entire grid, move existing drivers and staff between teams, create your own drivers, staff, and more. So basically, this kind of gives you access to a bit of a database editor at the start of the game. So this is going to actually be quite huge for consoles in particular, as this has been something we were requested for a long time. So let's go over exactly what you're going to be allowed to do here. So as you can see, we do have team lineups, and basically when starting Create Team, you will be now presented with a suite of customization options to make the experience your own, starting with your ability to modify the lineup of the other 10 teams on the grid. So we can actually change other teams' lineups to whatever we wish to make it more interesting and fun. And also this is going to make it extremely easy to set up, a 2025 mod to a certain degree. I want to see that dream driver pairing a Ferrari, or see certain drivers and race engineers will work together as part of a new Create Team. You can now choose the drivers and staff for each team, or you can leave seats vacant and allow silly season to unfold in front of your eyes. That could kind of be funny too. Just leave every seat vacant, see what the AI does. That could kind of be huge. Custom drivers and staff. This update not only allows customization of the other teams on the grid and the structure of the season, you can now also create and customize your very own drivers and staff. When creating new staff and drivers, we can configure the name, the photo from a pre-generated star photos. This might actually allow you, with modding, to put your own face in the game potentially. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to actually work out. Gender, age, nationality. Yes, we finally have nationality for generated staff. Marketability, experience, acclaim. Okay, so the experience actually affects mentality. Good. Claim affects their mentality. We'll need to experiment a little bit with this to figure out the checklist, but this kind of also just kind of hints to that mentality does have some checklist tiers depending on, again, their experience and acclaim, development rate, aggression, and their attributes. So you can kind of basically make your own perfect driver or staff member and make them as good or bad as you want. You can even put yourself in the game, judging by this. Custom drivers and staff can be created for all 11 teams on the grid, so you can create an entirely new set of talent to compete or mix with your custom creations with existing drivers and staff from the sport. So basically, what this means is that you can put together grids of retired drivers. You just have to recreate them. And basically, this is kind of huge because now we can kind of create those 2006, 2010, 2016 even season mods to a certain degree. Just going to take a little bit of work in the Create Team editor. And I believe also the Create Team editor, if I read the patch notes not right, you don't need to be the 11th team. You can do the editing and then choose one of the 10 teams. So you can have a 10 team grid. While there's a cap on the number of staff you can create, we will ensure you can replace the entire grid if you want. Any unused free agent you create will transfer to the in-game pool, giving you the ability to create a few up-and-coming rookies or the ultimate championship-winning duo. So yeah, a lot of freedom here. Build your dream lineups and create unique scenarios. Make Williams the best team on the grid and try to catch them. Place all the F1 drivers with high-achieving rookies, or race as the champions with a low-spec car and a field of high-achieving teams behind you. Possibilities are endless and you have total control. This is one thing that I wanted for a long time. And finally, we have it in the game basically now, starting tomorrow. Starting conditions. A selection of starting options that were previously available for your own Create Team are also now applicable to your rivals. Tweak the starting balance, facility levels, and car performance levels of all teams to create the ideal canvas for racing. We could basically make every team equal if we wanted to, Have every team start fairly high, have every team start fairly low. We're going to have a lot of freedom with this then. You strengthen a historic manufacturer to form a glory, give yourself a great challenge, or start everyone on a level playing field. The choice is yours. Race calendar. New customization options also extend to the championship itself. You now have the ability to reorder or remove race from the calendar with a minimum limit of 8 per year. Basically, you can now make a calendar with a minimum of 8 races if you so wish. You can also determine which of the race weekends include high-octane sprint sessions before the main event. So I guess we can remove sprints now. It doesn't explicitly say so, but we can determine. So I would assume you can remove sprints if you do not enjoy them. And again, this is going to be huge, mainly for the console players who don't have access to a database editor. Create your dream calendar of races that benefit a particular driving style, or construct a harsh series of races that will punish all but the most balanced cars. Honestly, we could make some interesting challenges here. I think we'll have Discord keep me busy for the next month or so with that. So yeah, the replayability doesn't end there. At the end of every season in both career team and career mode, you now have the option to randomize the race calendar and create a fresh challenge for your save. So basically, I'm gonna be curious to see if this is actually. I would think this is actually gonna be applicable to all the save games. That's something that we are going to need to test first thing tomorrow. This doesn't actually allow you to edit the race calendar, as far as I understand, because we'll have 3 choices: keep current, partial, we shuffle 30% of the races, full randomization, we change everything. Full randomization, change everything, kind of makes it sound like you can change the calendar again, but I think we'll have to wait and see here if we can change the calendar fully again, or if it just shuffles everything. So it's going to be interesting to take a look at. When selecting an option, the current number of races and sprints will stay the same, but the order in which races are sprinted, so basically the races will stay the same. You only have this added at the start of your save by the looks of it. Rules and regulations. Alongside race calendar customization, rules and regulations can also be adjusted, giving you the ability to alter the fundamental rules of F1 within your custom save file, determine the points allocation awarded throughout the race weekend, add or remove restraints to aerodynamic testing and powertrain limits, and even set up cost cap and prize money allocation. Take the future of sport into your own hands and modify the regulations to match your predictions for upcoming seasons, or go your own way and deregulate for extensive testing. Your season setup can also be saved as its own preset. That is beautiful. You can easily come back and start a new game with several changes. I hope we can export presets, because that's going to be huge for allowing sharing saves and then allowing some changes there. Choose your starting team. You can now also choose which team you start with when beginning a create team save. After setting up your custom team, configuring season, customizing driver and staff, you may then decide to start the season with whichever team you like, not just your create team. So what this I might have been wrong then earlier. You are still going to have 11 teams on the track, but you don't need to start as your created team. So you can, for instance, add a new constructor and basically then take over, Aston, Williams, whoever you want, which is good. Feeling like a challenge, create a competitive custom team and then prove your worth by beating them with an established unmodified constructor, or make tweaks galore to the other teams on the grid for leading your custom team to glory in a truly unique lineup of competitors. This free update gives you ultimate control of the F1 landscape like never before, setting you up for success of the toughest of challenges. With these new customization tools in F1 Manager 24, you now have the opportunity to create the season on your terms. The update will arrive tomorrow with a host of fixes, changes, and 2 new free cosmetic DLC packs. Okay, that's interesting. So we still don't know what the fixes is. This is basically just a preview of the main features. And the changes are also going to be fairly interesting, so I'm looking forward to seeing what we are getting here. But this does kind of, I have to say at the end of this does kind of give me the vibe that we are now potentially going to be done with F1 Manager. We might be seeing the kind of end of it. They might have made a bit of a, how should I put this? They might have gone and made a compromise that, okay, we don't make 25, but we kind of do focus on bringing a couple of patches and a couple of features to 24, and we keep that running. And honestly, I think that is a good way to do this, if that is how they decide to do it, because this is a really, really good feature that is going to bring new people to the game. That's number one. But it's also going to keep the game fresh, because you can now change up the grid order as you see fit. You can change the car's performance, if I'm not misunderstanding this. And it's going to be huge also for giving, well, streamers and other people random challenges. And honestly, we might sit down on Wednesday and do one, as I'll be off early. So if you want to put in the effort, feel free to go to my Discord. You can find it in the description and put together a save file or preset. Give me a bit of a challenge, and maybe we'll take a look at yours and this feature on Wednesday. I will not have time tomorrow. I'm probably just going to quickly look over the features. But yeah, Wednesday, I think we might be streaming. That's the vibe that I'm getting. But yeah, this seems to actually be, again, very, very huge and actually a really, really good update, all things considered. Hopefully everything works as anticipated. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what we can do here. So let me know what you think. I think this is going to be great. It's a shame, again, that this probably is the kind of announces the death of 25, because it's kind of weird for them to bring an update out in the end of February, almost March. But at the same time, if they have elected to support 24, say up until summer or even further, I think I will take that compromise. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think. I am looking forward to seeing what they actually release tomorrow, what the changes are going to be. Video's going to be probably a little bit later, same as this one, because work keeps me busy. But we will see. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.